A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles is a fucking classic. Recommended by Cesno. Let's go. Don't underestimate the early Beatles stuff. Yes, this is their boy band era. Yes, this is peak Beatlemania, Ed Sullivan Show, girls chasing them down the street era. Yes, the lyrics are simple and honestly kind of bad. Like, I Should Have Known Better, the bridge of that song, it's like the lyrics don't even matter. That song does not succeed as poetry. Wouldn't you agree? But listen to the fucking band. They've got youthful energy on this record and it rocks pretty hard. When I Get Home, Tell Me Why, Can't Buy Me Love, You Can't Do That. These slap, like they're good songs that pack a punch. You have to remember that this was scaring parents, that these lyrics are sexual and morally poisonous, and that the rhythms and the beats were making young people move their bodies in bad ways. But there's some sincere musical value as well, and it's aged very well. You have to put yourself in the mindset of hearing this in '64. People tend to think of the later Beatles stuff, understandably, as more creative, kind of the eventual goal that they were striving for, and that music, I would agree, it is more sophisticated and of deeper craftsmanship. But note Bob Dylan's comment around this time about how the Beatles were revolutionary in the music scene of the time because of their chords. They were using chords in ways that were unthinkable to people at the time. I mean, in the pop sphere, at least. The jazz heads were probably laughing. But you listen to the other guitar pop songwriters of, say, the decade before this record, and the Beatles are just clearly on a different level with their chords, with their melodies, with their harmonies. Like If I Fell, that is a phenomenal song. Gorgeous two-part harmony between John and Paul that is very complex. These were guys in their early 20s. No internet. Most of the recorded music we love didn't exist yet. These guys had to travel to some dude's house back in the day. Some dude who played the guitar just to learn how to play B7. This is a story that's reportedly true. Just about how much access we have to shit right now, to information, and for them to be this organically, musically gifted and pull these songs out of thin air, these guys were different. They were miraculous. You have to believe the hype. It should also be mentioned that this is their first album with no covers. So this one is their first true statement of, we're the Beatles. And we're songwriters. Like I said, these songs are not as complex as their music would later get, but I think it's important to hear them in this era. John Lennon referred to these simpler songs of this era as practice. They might seem frivolous, but they were songs that they needed to write. Formulaic, but achieves that formula really well. And they were really good at this. This is an album by a group of songwriters and players that was a well-oiled machine. On this record, they sound like this shit is easy to them. And they sound like they're having a lot of fun. And that is why